Top government officials, lawmakers, and private sector innovators met to rethink the nation's security strategy, National Private Security Conference and Defense Exhibition 2026. The event held at the NAF Conference Center in Abuja with the theme Building a Modern Security Ecosystem, Integrating Private Sector Capacity into Nigeria's National Security Architecture. It was a gathering of high-level stakeholders driven by a singular goal, finding a more adaptive collaborative approach to Nigeria's pressing security challenges. The convener of the summit, Dr. Charles Awuzie, set an urgent yet collaborative tone where he declared that Nigeria has reached a defining moment where security can no longer be viewed as the burden of government alone.
Today is not just another conference. Today is a patriotic conversation about the future of our beautiful nation, Nigeria. We gather here because we believe that a nation as great as Nigeria must never surrender its destiny to fear. We gather because we believe that insecurity is not stronger than our collective will. We gather because we believe that with government, industry, communities, technology innovators, defense institutions, investors and citizens come together, Nigeria can build a security ecosystem that is modern, coordinated, lawful, and effective. I believe that the conversations that we begin today will become one of the building blocks of our nation. We pray that our conversations be honest, our recommendations be useful, our partnerships be fruitful, and may Nigeria become safer, stronger, and greater. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
The Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa, while delivering a high-pitched keynote address, took the stage where he poured out systemic gaps blocking effective operations, pointing directly to Nigeria's inadequate national data infrastructure as a major hiding place for criminals.
The direction we must take as a nation. Nigeria's security future will not be secured by isolated efforts. It will not be secured by the government working alone. It will not be secured by the private sector acting without coordination. It will not be secured by communities left without support. It will only be secured when government provides leadership, industry provides innovation and investment, and communities provide trust, intelligence, vigilance, and legitimacy. Security agencies are not magicians. If they don't get the support and information at the right time, it becomes extremely difficult to curtail it. These threats are no longer simple, local, or isolated. They are networked, adaptive, and increasingly technology-enabled. Criminal groups use communication systems, mobility, finance, propaganda, and local collaborators to sustain their activities. Nobody is stopping anyone from protesting. But we should always remember the unintended consequences, because if you do that, these things might be hijacked and people might be injured or killed. We are making efforts to see that we provide avenues for some of these media experts to be embedded with our troops when they are going on operation in the northeast, in the northwest, in the north central, so that they have a feel of what the troops go through and the challenges ahead. Maybe they will have a better understanding.
Meanwhile, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, highlighted the House's progressive stance on security architecture, noting the recent momentum behind the State Police Bill as a critical legal step towards decentralizing and localizing security. Kalu maintained that the private sector will play a massive role in funding and providing technical infrastructure for these upcoming local forces.
Something significant, historic, happened in the chamber of the People's House. The House of Representatives passed the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria Cease Alteration Bill 2026, the State Police Bill, which I'm proud to sponsor. When I saw that our problems need solutions like the state police to decentralize the authorization point and to make sure that the response time for incidents of crime was enhanced. Many never believe that it will see the light of the day. And you won't blame them, because for decades it has appeared before the parliament and left without being approved, decade after decade. But where we find ourselves today demands a rethinking. Nigerians started to understand that our complex security situation needed us to re-strategize, and there was a national consensus on this state police. Cannot go where community has not first opened the door. Security must be community owned before it can be government sustained. That is the philosophy behind this conference. That is why the private sector must not merely be invited to this conversation. It must be indispensable to it. Let's talk a little bit about the case of integration, distinguished guests. Nigerians' own national security strategy specifically outlines the complexity of the threat landscape. Terrorism, violent extremism, banditry, kidnapping, farmer-herder conflict, transnational organized crime, cybercrime, economic threat. No single institution, however well-funded, however well commanded, can address this range of hydra-headed insecurity problems alone. Every sector represented in this room must live with a specific, measurable role in Nigerian security architecture. The defense industry must deepen local capacity so that we do not import what we can produce.
Some stakeholders who took time to contribute their quotas said that integrating into the national architecture can only be possible only when the country addressed the regulatory bottlenecks, noting that right now, private guards are restricted from carrying defensive tools that match the sophistication of modern threats, stressing that better energy is needed to standardize welfare package in order to prevent compromise. The conversation also shifted towards indigenous technology, responding to General Musa's call to end foreign reliance. Local tech innovators in the audience urged the government to move from policy statements to actual procurements. The consensus from the summit is clear that the military muscle alone cannot solve Nigeria's current security puzzle. It will require cutting-edge private sector tech, localized community data, and an unyielding commitment to indigenous manufacturing. Rashida Yahaya, Raw TV 24.